The drift races of Stage 5 have now been cleared, and I think, just so I don't have to go through too much trouble later on in Stage 5, I'm going to do some customization to this thing by putting on the specialties, and also giving this thing a new coat of paint with some vinyls as well, which could also be useful. I'm going to go with the scissor doors because they're gull wing doors. Alrighty, so that is the last of our specialties installed to this thing, and now I just want to go and put some paint on this thing, and then I think we should pretty much be all set. I could be wrong, but I think we'll be all set. This definitely brings my car much closer to the 10-star ranking. Well, the 10-star visual rating. Anyway, let's now head over to the graphics shop, as we get DVD cover opportunities from Straight from the Streets 4 and Slammed and Stretched DVD cover. Okay, so saving the game now after I've spent the last 15 minutes basically trying to trick this car out and make it look at least a bit better than what it did before with its silver linings. And I figure we're now very close to reaching 10 stars on the visual rating, because we're now already up to 9 stars. But either way, I am doing this in style. So let's head over to our first drag race, which is all the way over here. Then we've also got 2 at the airport and 1 down in Cole Harbour. But before then, we must start here. We've all got to start somewhere. Here we go. Coming from Demetrius. Yeah, just shut up and race. Oh yeah, also, before we get on with this, I'm going to do one more thing, so it will not take me too long to get through most of these. I'm only going to put it down to the easy difficulty because I have a feeling the poopy drag race is going to be involved in this. Well, as a matter of fact, I think there's going to be multiple poopy drag races where traffic will no doubt play a part once I approach the blind spots, and then suddenly the traffic just appears in front of me without any warnings whatsoever. But yeah, that's why I'm doing this on easy. So we get a Mazda RX-7, RX-8, and a Subaru Impreza. And I immediately lose it on the start. And already I am now up into the lead. And short shifting a little too early there, but it's okay because I have a gap. And a gap is pretty much what I need. But by how much? 1.3 seconds over Andy. Lily was third, and Demetrius, you can suck my dick, because you came home fourth. So, ha! Another $2,000 in the bank, another 200 rep points. Yeah, I can live with those. As long as I can get at least 1 or 2 drag races in the end of this where I do manage to get 300 rep points. I've only turned this down to the easy difficulty because I know there might be some faster cars I'll have to contend with. But even then, I'm certainly not going to be doing these drag races on the hard difficulty. Because if I do, then well, I'm basically just asking for trouble. And I don't want that. So, I'm now going to head up to the airport for races 2 and 3. Okay, let's go. I'm so glad I got those drift races over with. Anyway, here we are. Drag race number 2. DRAG coming at you strong. Any Quakers ready for a beatdown is welcome to run to the line. Ain't got all night. Stefan, I will immediately do you a favour and basically blow your doors off. Providing my car is fast enough to do that. I also know I've not shown off the performance tuning thing that's in this game, but I will, of course, make sure to show that off before the end of the game. So we get a 350C, an RX-7, and I think that's a Corolla on the far left. And immediately I am moving away from my competition, which is basically what I need to be doing. And this is going to be an easy win, as I come close to hitting 200, but not quite. So I beat Scott to the line by 2.2 seconds, Stefan was third, and it was Ryan who came home fourth, and hey, I was right. He was driving the Toyota Corolla. He must have wrecked at the start, either that or he just missed the launch. Anyway. Yeah, 300 rep points, baby! And 2,000 in my bank is now added. I might have to consider putting on some more carbon parts, if that's what it takes for me to get all the way to, if that's what it takes to get me all the way to fucking 10 stars. But I have come close. Anyway. Figured it was worth it for me to use the flag vinyl because, well, aside from it being patriotic, it does also give me a good increase on the visual rating. So I figured, you know, it's obvious that I had to use the fucking flag vinyl for that particular reason. Because flag vinyls do actually get you some good rep points from what I now know. Also, if that's a special event, I'm pretty sure that's a DVD cover, so I'm gonna head up here for my next drag race. Drag race number 3. And this one comes from Andrew. Let's get ourselves moving. I might also consider doing the SUV races in a bit, if I get the time to do so. I might actually consider doing those, and then it means my job with the Lincoln will basically be done. So we get a Hyundai, a Sentra, and a Golf GTI as our competition here. Yeah, it might be advisable for me to save it on the nitrous. Anyway. Using it up. And I think I got a top speed in the end there of 197. Okay. That's a bit more of a margin now. 1.5 seconds over Andrew. 1.5 seconds over Andrew in the Nissan Sentra. Gabriel came home third in the Hyundai Tiburon, and it was Ewan who came home fourth in the Golf GTI. Yeah, I'll take that. Wasn't exactly perfect, but I think that's about as good as I'm gonna get. And personally, I prefer to not go through the same old drag strips over and over again. There are certain ones I can negotiate, as well as other ones I cannot negotiate. Also, the one thing... Oh. Apparently we can now fit a carbon trunk. However, I really don't know if whether or not that would be the best choice for me. I'm also pretty sure there's another drag race that appeared just underneath me, so I think I'll head to that one first. Because I can. So, 3 drag races are down. And we have, I think, another 4 to go. Although it could be more than that. Don't want to drive straight into the DVD cover just yet. Hey dog, this is gonna get hot. If you feel you can pop that ride off, right, then roll up to the start line. I had a bit of a brain freeze there over what I was supposed to be saying, but yeah, it doesn't matter. I still managed to get the sentence out when I needed to. But yeah, so we've got a Supra, a 350Z, sorry, a Focus, and an Audi A3 is what we have. And at the moment, not doing very well, but I reckon it is possible for me to make those improvements, as I come across the line at 2:05, and I slammed the wall just after the finish. And not all of us made it to the finish. John was the guy who racked out in the Ford Focus, Wojtek came home third, and it was Matt who came home second in the Supra, 2.28 seconds behind me. I am doing this on the easy difficulty for a reason, by the way. And not just because I want to. But anyway, 4 drag racers have now been beaten. And I think we have at least another 3 of them to go. But hopefully it won't be more than 7. Because that was how many I did in stage 4.
Streetcar Magazine's reps are scoping around, so look sharp.
Yeah, thanks, Rachel. Okay, anyway. So, and there's one down in Cole Harbour, so that is where I will head. I will go down to fucking Cole Harbour for race number 4. Anyway, here it is. Our next one, coming from Wayne. Doug, all it takes to get in this race is a pair of stones and some bread. I can see you got the bread, and I'll take your word on the rest. Wayne, I am pretty sure this car will most likely be here to win. But if you have the respect for me when you say that I have the bread, then, well, I appreciate it. I'll take that as a compliment, by the way, if you want to know what that means. So got a Hyundai, a Supra, and a Pretzel in this race. In other words, we have a Hyundai, a Subaru Pretzel, and a Toyota Soup as our competition here, and I wreck out almost immediately. Fuck. Let's try this again. Starting to think it might be a wise idea for me to move over to the left. Really had to make sure I didn't over-rev the motor there. And as a result, I benefited. I basically had to lift off the throttle because if I didn't, then I likely would have blown the engine whilst I was in mid-air. Anyway, 1.8 seconds over Wayne. Chuck finished third, 2.2 seconds behind, and Darren was fourth, 2.6 seconds behind me. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get 300 rap points in a stage 5 drag race. At least in this instance. I think we've done 5, so I'm pretty sure there's one more we need to do. There's at least 2 more we need to do, as far as I'm concerned. I just hope there's not going to be one up in Jackson Heights. Oh, never mind. There are no more to do. Okay, so it must have just been 5 then. Okay. Well, that's a relief to know. So, I think next up, because these are actually quite close together, I'll get on with the sprint races next. I think that's what I'm going to do. Anyways, 62% complete with the game, and we have now done 139 races, and I now have 48 grand in my bank, which is a bit more than what I had when I maxed out this thing before, when I put on all the tuning before. And we've nearly unlocked all the parts in this game as well, which is pretty cool to consider. So yeah, 62% complete, 139 races entered and won, and next time we will be doing the sprint races, coming in the next episode.
No one can rise, I need speed when I'm racing that strip. I got the bullet in the chip, they call like something to strip.